Hey guys, how are you doing tonight? Sitting here with my Kinky Pink and Red Bull, right? Cheers to you guys. I wanted to make a quick video to show you, number one, my hotel room. It's a little messy right now because we're packing, but say hi, Lincoln. Say hi. 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 We got a 2-bedroom suite here, which is super cool, right? I got my own bathroom. Woo. And the kids, the light's off here, but wait a minute. You can see they got their own bathroom, and they've got a couple of beds in here. It's all dark. Oh no. And there's a reason I'm showing you this. I'm not just going crazy, I promise. Here's so here you go. Here's another 2 big bedroom with a little living area over there and the desk, and they've got their own fridge and TV and dresser and all that, and I've got my own. We got a microwave, so we're all having a good time in this hotel room. We've been here for a while since our house was destroyed in the hurricane, but I show you this for a reason. We've been in a hotel because our house had some damage from the Hurricane Irma when we hit, because we're in Florida, and I received a fun little letter from my soon-to-be ex-husband, who I'm going through divorce with right now. Lincoln, silly boy. Shh. And I'm sharing this with you because a couple years ago, this would have been something that really triggered me. I mean, really bad. My behavior would have gone off the wall. I probably would have been texting 1,000 times in a row, calling over and over again, trying to defend myself, trying to explain, no, this is not it, knowing that, whatever I'm about to share with you is obviously being shared with family, friends, my friends, his friends, and that thinking that everyone was going to believe what my husband says, So now, of course, I get letters like this all the time, and I just laugh, because when I read things like this, I think, when you're insane, do you know you're insane? I would recommend that if you are going through a divorce, especially, when you have kids, to ask the court to order you to set up a account with a website like talkingparents.com. This is where, through our court order, he isn't allowed to make any kind of contact with me unless it is through this court monitored website, so that everything is documented. I don't have to worry about it. It's all right there. So I'm going to share this letter with you, and for anyone who might be concerned about my children, you've seen that we have a nice 2-bedroom suite that we are rocking out, okay? And I'm just reading you out of a big, huge letter. I've got a little highlighted part. And this just goes to show you also that when someone is narcissistic, when they have NPD, at some point, I'm not sure whether they lose the ability to truly tell the difference between reality and delusion, or if they are just really committed to that lie. But regardless, it's really insane to try to defend yourself, to try to argue with it, or to try to rationalize with it, or be logical with it, because you're in your underwear, buddy. Sorry, guys. Listen, getting him in underwear has been a super win, okay? So don't judge. What was I saying? If you have to deal with stuff like this that I'm about to read to you, I just want to tell you, this is emotional terrorism, is what it is. And don't negotiate with terrorists, because trying to negotiate with somebody who's clearly insane and clearly either cannot or will not tell the difference between actual reality and their own delusions will make you insane. And I know this because for so many years I tried to logically and rationally approach dealing with somebody who just wasn't basing anything in actual reality. So, and it almost did drive me insane, So here's the letter. And I'm starting halfway through, but it is bad enough that you forced our small children to share a bed with their teenage half-brother while living in a small hotel room. You guys have obviously seen that we have 3 beds. My daughter and I sleep in one, and each boy takes a separate bed unless, they're they're up playing Fallout Shelter or something, the good part, not the live game where there's gruesomeness, but anyway, if they're up late playing their games, they can sit and they each have a separate bed or whatever. But so you guys have already seen that we have a 2-bedroom suite. We're not in a small hotel room. Nobody's sharing a bed, except for me, of course, either with the little one or my daughter, which you have allegedly been given by FEMA. Now, I will show you this here that, here is a letter from FEMA. Message from the Federal Emergency Management Agency that reads, FEMA has determined that you're eligible for the lodging program, which provides 1 hotel room for every 4 household members. Okay, you can see. I don't know if you can see right there. It does say that. Okay, so there's that. As a result of filing a fraudulent residential property claim, which falsely states that our children's home has been made unlivable, which, here you go, I printed out from the disaster assistance website, where it says at the very top, you can see FEMA themselves have come out and inspected the property. FEMA has completed the inspection of your property and has determined that you are eligible for lodging reimbursement and hotel assistance because FEMA apparently has fraudulently placed a claim saying that my property is damaged. So you can obviously see that everything in this letter is just completely false, and it's done just because another big problem with narcissists is that they severely overestimate their own intelligence because they think they're special, and they dangerously underestimate everybody else's intelligence. My husband literally, seriously believes, like in his head, he believes that because he has written this, it is now the God's honest truth. Like, this is true and real. This is reality because he said so. Not because he knows, not because it's true, but because he wants it to be true, it's true. And he's put this on a court document, like a court-monitored website, so obviously he believes that because he's written this, the judge isn't going to be able to look at other evidence and say, you're clearly insane, And I can't stress enough to you guys that when you get shit like this, you have to just ignore it, and I understand that it's really, really hard when you're still in the situation and you are being triggered like hell over this crap, and they're telling their family, they're telling their friends, they're telling your family and your friends their version of reality. And it's unfortunate because the people they're telling, they're little flying monkeys, they're not going to listen to you. They don't give a shit about your evidence or what you have to say. And all I can say is that's why, in our group, in my group, in the rescue room, we are now working a lot, and in my empowerment group, the Women from the Ashes group, we're going to be working a lot on healing these triggers and healing these traumas so that, you don't have to deal with this crap. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, this would have sent me off the edge. It's honestly, I'm humiliated by some of my behavior because it was really that bad. Honestly, you would have 100 and some text messages from me going, "You're a fucking asshole. I hate you. Why could you say this? It's not true." I'm literally going nuts. I mean, it's really embarrassing, honestly. Or I'd call over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And he knew that if he didn't answer, if he just completely negated my existence at all, that it would just make me even more crazy. And I behaved that way, honestly. I looked like the insane one because of how he played me and how he messed with my head. And when you respond to things like this, what you're doing is you're playing into his game. This isn't anything other than a tactic to make you look crazy, to make you look unstable. And if you are going through court, if you're going through a divorce and you have custody at stake, custody of kids who do not belong anywhere near a narcissist, who are absolutely 100% dangerous, then, you can't be triggered by this crap anymore. You have to take your mind off of him and what he did and why'd he do that and oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Like, you got to let that go. Like, have your pity party for 15 minutes and put on your Wonder Woman underoos and get the fuck up, you know? Get gangster on this shit, because you can't be acting like a psycho. You can't be acting like a bipolar person, because that's exactly what they're going and they're telling everybody, is that you're bipolar, you're crazy. All they did was send you a letter and you flipped out. And that's exactly what it looks like. So you need to deal with your shit. You need to go and you need to heal these triggers. And if you need help, please join my support group. You know, send me a friend request on Facebook. I don't sell anything or anything. You know, it's just, I sincerely just want to help you not have kids in the hands of narcissists and people who could harm them, you know? And that's it. You know, this is delusion. And if I can impress upon you enough, document everything. Like, I have every letter I have from FEMA. I have videos. I have audios. If anybody was interested in the truth, they can have it from me, because I have evidence. I have more than just words on a piece of paper, you know? And that's why my husband has supervised visitation. That's why he has child protective services up his butt. That's why he doesn't get anything he asks for in court, is because all he does is talk. You know, when I show up with evidence, I have hard evidence that what I'm saying is true, that this is not a healthy situation, you know, and you need to kind of get to the space where, all right, this hurts. It hurts. And I sympathize. I really do. I know what it's like to have a marriage blow up in your face because you thought you married somebody who loved you, and you thought you had a husband, and you thought you had a family, you thought you had a life, and all of that just disappears because it was never real. Like, I get how traumatic that is, and I sympathize, but when you're going through a divorce, you gotta man up, you gotta boss up, and you gotta, you know, handle your shit. And if you go into a courtroom and you're freaking out and you're crazy, you're gonna lose custody of your kids. That's why they end up with so many narcissists. So, you know, like I said, if you need help, find me on Facebook, The Narcissist Wife. On Facebook, you can go to my website. If you look up Story Lynn Wing and you see Apple, that's my personal page. If you send me a friend request and then message me and let me know you want to join the support group, I'll totally add you. It's a secret group, so nobody on Facebook will know that you've joined. They won't be able to see anything that we post or that you post. I mean, like I said, they won't even know that you joined. It's totally secret. It's totally anonymous. We totally are very protective of the women in there, and your identity and your business, so you don't have to worry about, you know, stuff getting out that you don't need getting out. And in that group, we are starting to do a lot of work on triggers. So, you know, it might be a good thing for you. More to come after this. I love you guys. I hope you guys are having a great night. And cheers.